you open your search bar and type obesity into Google, two types of web page will appear. The first, those such as ASMBS's The Impact of Obesity on Your Body and Health, are segmented into sterilized, uncaring sections, each punctuated by the type of words that make you grit your teeth. Diabetes, heart disease, cancer. The second, those such as NTV's Vital Signs, Shocking Obesity Stats, open with phrases like faster than a double cheeseburger, and then build cases for fitness upon anecdotal quote-unquote evidence from a random dude that happens to be a fitness coach. These articles are largely a reaction to a broader contextual framework. The United States is rapidly growing more obese, as these trend lines from Vox highlight, and people don't know what to do. Michael Hobbs's Highline article, Everything You Know About Obesity is Wrong, is different. Before you even read the introduction, the title and its message leap off the page. The author's thesis, the effects of the cruel, futile stigmatization of the obese, expressed clearly and unambiguously in stark serifed font. With his declaration of a new paradigm, Hobbs explicitly places the article in opposition to these other perspectives on obesity, a thematic decision that impacts the organizational and thematic structure of the text. This structure has two main goals that are intentionally aligned against these other articles: fostering empathy and creating real human understanding. In line with the principles of nonfiction outlined by Darrell Corley, it begins with text that is vivid and episodic to hook the audience, and delve deeply into the lives of obese people, connecting the disease and the societal reaction to it to historical issues such as scurvy and asbestos poisoning, rather than just diets and diabetes. In doing so, Hobbs reframes the disease to focus on societal reactions rather than the willpower, quote, of fat people. From that point on, anecdotes frame the article, from the author's reflections on the research process, to his own anecdotal example, to those of Carissa and Emily and Joy. These stories, broken up first by an exploration of the difficulty of weight loss, and then by analyses of the issues with doctors, society, and administrative structures, put sympathetic faces to the medical issue, implicitly condemning the heartless medical diagrams, faceless bellies, and measuring tape-wielding doctors of the articles that take part in the cruel and futile war on fat people, allowing us to first identify with those suffering from obesity before arriving at conclusions. In this way, the organizational structure of the article acts as a powerful vehicle for Hobbes's message of empathy and compassion. The principles of medium reinforce the author's credibility, while also acting as a vehicle through which he explores the issue of obesity in a nuanced and personal way. Subjectivity is often a contentious aspect of nonfiction, which traditionally aims to make its account of events as unbiased as possible. Here, however, understanding its role is pivotal to analyzing the article and its theming, not simply because it is likely the experiences of the author's mother that motivated the personal tone of this story and his rejection of the obesity rhetoric, but also because combating such ingrained societal stigma requires delving deeply into the subjective, painful experiences of those who have spent their lives labeled pathetic, lost causes. To handle this element of creative nonfiction responsibly, the author has built the anecdotes that give life to this piece upon a foundation of nuanced research. Many names are accompanied by pictures that the subjects had autonomy over, making it extremely unlikely that the figures that the author has mentioned here were composite. In these images of obese people included in the article, the author synthesizes two media, creative nonfiction and photography, and in their intersection adds emphasis to his thesis. These depictions use the composition and arrangement of pictorial space to place these obese subjects at the center of the frame, emphasizing their autonomy and their humanity. These photos, in particular, were the aspects of the article that most strongly impacted me. All of them emphasize autonomy and acceptance of one's body, which as a professional runner was always tied very closely to my weight and appearance. Being fat, for the years I spent running every day, was a death sentence, and I still carry some of that prejudice and fear associated with being overweight. When reading the text, this manifests as a skepticism, one which unconsciously allies my perspective with that of the medical professionals, even as I fight to move beyond those stereotypes. I've also spent most of my life in pursuit of self-control. A belief in the power of discipline is central to who I am. This drive makes it incredibly difficult to empathize with the idea that it is society that is responsible for this situation, a stereotype that I have to overcome to embrace the new paradigm that Hobbes outlines.